Good Saturday afternoon, folks. Here's that piece of meat I introduced to you yesterday. This is actually a prime rib roast, which is essentially ribeye steaks that aren't cut up yet. I went to the meat market on Thursday to buy one of these, which is about 5 pounds. And the kid behind the butcher counter kind of gave me a blank stare, and I explained to him it's like those ribeyes you have there, not cut up. And he said, "Oh, we have those in the back." And I said, "Could you cut one up for me, like 3 or 4 bones?" And he said, "Sure." He goes back there, and I wait for a while, and he comes out and he said, "I hadn't been trained to do that." And I said, "It probably is no more difficult than taking the bandsaw and pushing the meat through it until you have 2 pieces that come out." But anyway, he had me come back last night, and last night the butcher was there, and he was able to cut it and give it to me. I'm putting garlic in it, little tiny cloves. I'll show you that in just a second. I've already done that to the other side, and I've seasoned the other side to kind of take some, save us some time. I'm using pit barrel all-purpose pit rub, which I like to use on a lot of things. This is a great big piece of meat. I don't think you can over season it, but again, like I like to do with beef, I kind of gently season it with this and salt and pepper. So I'm going to go around the other side of the camera, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to put the garlic in, and then we'll get it prepared for our cooking method. The easiest way to do this is with this boning knife, which I also use to trim my briskets. If you insert a couple places gently, this meat's really tender. This is probably select or choice. I know it's not prime, but I don't think they have prime at my grocery store. But other than that, it's a matter of just putting the garlic cloves in there, because they're going to flavor the meat from the inside out. And the way we're going to cook it, it's going to cook for a while, and it's going to distribute all this goodness throughout the rest of the meat. I'm going to get these done. I think that's about all I'm going to put in there right now. It doesn't need a lot. As you know, garlic's pretty powerful stuff. I'm going to go wash my hands so I can finish seasoning this. I'll be right back, and I'll show you the rest of it. Anyway, more pit barrel cooker spices on this side. I put it on there fairly liberally, but again, not too much. I like to let, especially on a beef recipe, I like to let the meat stand on its own 2 legs, as it were, or as I used to. And then salt and pepper, which is kind of what I use on all my beef stuff. We're going to cook this a little different way than I have in a long time. I think you'll like it. It really comes out amazing, but after we get done, that's when the magic's really going to begin. So I'm going to go ahead and get this ready, and you can watch while I do it. So I guess you can tell where we're going to go with this. This is actually going to go on a rotisserie. So I'm going to get the rest of the rotisserie put together, get the other skewer on here, set up the rotisserie, and I'll be right back. I'm back. Probably many of you have never seen one of these. Probably your grandmothers had one, and this used to be a kind of a cool way to cook way back 20, 30 years ago, and it kind of still is. I found one of these found this one on eBay. When I opened it up, it reeked of cigarette smoke, which I really just couldn't stand to have around my kitchen. So I cleaned it and cleaned it. I got so tired of cleaning it, I almost got rid of it, but I decided to keep it, have it around. I thought I'd use it someday, and this is a perfect opportunity to use it. So I'm going to pull the cover off of it and get ready to put on our big roast. And there it is. It's got heating coils right here. I always put a little bit of water in the pan down there. That's to catch drippings and so forth. If you put a little water in it, it makes it a lot easier to clean, because although they advertise it as being very easy to clean, once you cook a big roast like this in it, it isn't that easy to clean. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the roast, put in the skewer, turn it on, and let it roll. There it is, all set up. I don't think I've used this thing really ever. After I got all cleaned up, I checked to see if the motor would run. You can find them on eBay occasionally, but They've got a grill that goes on the top, and if you want to cook a steak indoors, it really comes out pretty well. You can adjust the height of the where the rotisserie is, and then the heating element is right here. And then the grate can go up or down and raise it up an inch or down an inch. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and hopefully it's going to start turning around. I spaced it appropriate distance from the heat source, and after that it's just a matter of waiting, watch it go round and round. That's amazing. And I hope that thing will run for 4 or 5 hours, because that's how long it's going to take at least to cook this big roast. In the meantime, I'm going to be checking with the ThermoWorks Thermapen and seeing what the inside temp is. But other than that, it's on its own now. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and shut this motor off. It's all set up, and it's just got to go round and round for several hours. I don't really know how long this big roast is going to take. That's one of the things where thermometers and checking temperature and doneness and tenderness and all those kinds of things. Again, I want to thank Amazon, ThermoWorks, and Pit Barrel Cooker for allowing me to become an affiliate. And I want to thank all of you for watching me. I won't bore you with any other chit chat right now. I'm just going to turn it back on, and I'll be touching base with you probably about middle of the cook. Thanks so much. There it is. Thank you for watching, folks. We're about 2.5 hours into this cook, and one thing, many things, but one thing this thing does really well is the juices that render off the inherent fat from the meat just kind of roll around it. A few of them drip down into the pan below. Like I said, I don't think there's a lot of convection effect from the pan up, but with those things basting over and over again, that's kind of a unique kind of thing, and the only way you can do that is with a rotisserie, and this does all that. I'm going to shut it off right in a few seconds and ask ThermoWorks what the interior temp is. When we do that, we'll see how much longer we have to cook it. I'm going to shut it off right when it gets to the top of its cycle, which is now. So, let's see what it is. What we're looking for is about 140. I think we're quite a ways from that right now, but even after puncturing it, it's still it's got a lot of juiciness inside. It's got to kind of go around and around. It's about 20 degrees away, so we're going to let it roll some more. And there it goes. So thanks for watching. Okay, folks, this is that beautiful prime rib we cooked on the Farberware yesterday. I let it sit in the refrigerator overnight so it'd be cold. I'm going to cut some of the large chunks of stuff out there that we don't want to eat, and then we're going to get it ready to put in our new meat slicer. I have never used this meat slicer. It's something I've always wanted. I wanted to make like thinly sliced sandwiches, and so now we have the capability of doing that. So I'm going to get ready just a minute. I'll be back with you and put the knife in my hand and get this thing ready to slice. The way it works, you put your meat in here. Of course, the blade will be spinning, and then you set the desired thickness on the back side of it, and then you apply a little bit of pressure and just kind of gently roll it back and forth. And as you're applying pressure, it pushes the meat further into the blade. Then the meat comes out on the other side, and you're done. So I'm kind of excited about it. I'm hoping this does what I want it to do. I hope it's not really a big giant hassle to clean, which it looks like it's going to be. But anyway, I'm going to get the meat on there, and I'll be right back with you. I ran a few test slices through here just to see how it works, so I wouldn't be as surprised or you surprised. And it really is pretty smooth and it's pretty quiet, but I'll get it started, cut a couple for you, then I'll turn the mic off, cut a couple more. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time doing this. You kind of know what it's all about, but when I get done, I'll show you the end result and we'll conclude. Thanks for watching. So this is what we get. We'll be able to cut the fat out of there. There's not really a whole bunch in there, but this is really what I wanted. I want a really nice, thin, kind of deli meat we can make sandwiches out of. I'll get some buns together and we'll pile one of these up and see what it tastes like. Thanks for watching. Be right back with you. All right, good Sunday morning to you. I went ahead and finished slicing up the rest of this roast we cooked yesterday. This slicer cuts, I guess it cut probably an inch thick all the way down to little paper thin pieces, that's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to make a sandwich out of prime rib, tie a lot of bun, maybe some horseradish on it, just something different that I haven't had, and I don't know where I can buy. So I want to thank you for hanging in with me. I want to thank Pit Barrel Cooker, I want to thank ThermoWorks, and I want to thank Amazon. Pretty much everything you see, cutting board, camera, that's all Amazon stuff, and I'll be putting links on my all my videos to all the things I use in my videos. So if you wish to buy them, all you have to do is click on it. It goes right through my portal, and it goes right to the product. You don't have to hunt around for it. So it doesn't cost you anything more. It costs exactly the same. It saves you some shopping time, and it helps my my site grow a little bit. So thanks so much. Have a great Sunday. Appreciate you watching. SteenSmokeHouse. Have a great day.